So how do you motivate difficult employees to embrace change rather than being negative? Well, stay tuned, and we're both going to transform through change together. So welcome back. So how do you motivate difficult employees to embrace change rather than being negative? Well, you know what? I have learned so much by working with difficult employees. And sometimes, you know what? Difficult employees is not as difficult as we think they are. You know what? They have a perspective that sometimes we really need to learn from. And working with them, I have identified 5 things that I'm going to encourage you to do to encourage them to embrace change rather than being negative. Let's dig in. The first thing that I recommend that you do is, number 1, create a sense of urgency. You know, it's always important to highlight the benefits of change, because sometimes when we're talking about change, we're just talking about what we see and what we think we're going to experience. But create a sense of urgency by encouraging difficult employees to recognize that they're going to have some benefits in this change. It could be a promotion, it could be a pay raise, it could be tremendous learning opportunities for professional development. But sometimes we don't really discuss that. So number 1, I encourage you to create a sense of urgency. Number 2, offer rewards to those who are demonstrating positive attitudes and that are willing to adapt. Right? People need to see the value and the benefits of embracing change and going along for the ride, to recognizing that, you know what, it's not as bad as I think it is. People need to visually see and experience some rewards and some results. Number 3, this is probably one of the most important ones that sometimes companies, they fail to do. Provide training and opportunities. You know what? People need support. You know, sometimes change is easy for some people, but for some, it's hard. Why? Some people may have been in a role a long time in working at an organization, and they may have hidden some of the things that they really can't do. So it's important to provide support, resources, training, coaching, anything that you can help that person feel like, you know what, we care about you, we support you, and we want you to continue to be along for this journey. Number 4, create a culture of innovation and experimentation. You know, in a lot of organizations, failure is seen as being negative. But in those organizations that innovate and transcend the change, they see failure as a learning opportunity. And once your team members understand that, you know what, we're not going to crucify you because you failed. We're actually going to learn from that. And more importantly, we're going to help you be the best version of yourself. And number 5, I tell leaders to do this all the time. Lead by example. Have a positive attitude. Show your team members that you're willing to change and grow as well. Because you know what, when your team members see that you're willing to invest in that, and you're willing to take the risk, and you're going to be right there with them, they're not going to be negative. They're going to embrace that change. And I don't care how difficult that employee is. So remember these 5 things. Number 1, create a sense of urgency. Number 2, offer some rewards. Number 3, provide training and support. Number 4, create a culture of innovation and encourage people to experiment. And number 5, continue to lead by example. So listen, take these 5 strategies and identify your challenging employees that you work with. And if you implement these, I guarantee you that you're going to have a better person in terms of someone embracing change rather than being negative. This has been Dr. Jones. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.